Can cameras help to reduce pedestrian traffic fatalities? That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Altumint, based in Maryland, is CEO Holly Cooper. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Fred.
Great to meet you. Give us a bit of background first about the company.
Sure. So Altumint is an AI-enhanced traffic technology company that helps to encourage pedestrian safety and reduce vehicle deaths due to public safety concerns. So we're really focused primarily on helping to have police forces that can work on more egregious violations by using tech-enabled solutions.
Well, the statistics surrounding pedestrian traffic fatalities are pretty disheartening. And you have a new road safety report?
Yes, we do. We have a new road safety report out. The statistics are showing us that there's been a 77% increase in pedestrian-related deaths versus just a 25% increase in standard traffic deaths from other types of incidents. So it's pretty staggering, the numbers that we're seeing.
And what are the reasons behind that, do you think? And I understand you have some personal experience.
Yes, I actually do. I spent the first 15 years of my career in the construction industry. And in that, I saw many road workers, roadside, traffic speeding by. I had the unfortunate experience of seeing people in the community go through serious injury and even a death in my time in the construction industry. And it really helped to motivate me to say, I want to be involved in something that can help create a safer environment along the roadways. So with that experience, I entered the public safety space. And at Altumint, we use the technology to really help drive the numbers down, using a public information campaign, making drivers aware of unsafe situations, really helping to curb that behavior. For us, enabling police to send notifications through the mail to individuals to notify them of their behavior when they're driving the vehicle is an easy way to change the driver's behavior. There is just such a great impact on the pedestrian safety, whether it's kids in school zones, construction workers along the side of the road, dangerous intersections, like at a red light intersection where you've got pedestrians crossing. It's a really hazardous situation. People are becoming more comfortable because of the safety and the technology in the vehicles. So if you think about the difference between the 25% of the regular traffic deaths from accident versus a 77% increase in pedestrian deaths, the difference between those two is whether you're protected by a car or not, right? Our cars give us enhanced safety features, multiple airbags, seatbelts, lots of evolution that's taken place over the last 30 years. And the reality is it gives us a false sense of security as a driver and as a passenger of a vehicle that, yes, the speed limits are posted. And yes, many people comply. But specifically in this report, we talk about how AAA has done a study in the state of Florida, and 38% of drivers admitted to speeding in school zones. You've got kids crossing the road, most likely unattended by an adult, walking around on the sidewalks, potentially on the playground, running back and forth depending on how the school is laid out. And you have them near traffic, and people are admitting to speeding. The increased rate of hazard that brings to a child if they were to come in contact with a car, their survivability goes dramatically down just with 10 miles an hour over the speed limit.
So what you do is offer a technology solution that can make a dent in this. Describe that for us and why it's a good investment, maybe for governmental agencies.
Sure. So what we do is we have a digital camera that uses radar or LiDAR technology to capture vehicles as they're passing the location. What it does is it tracks the vehicles to see if they are within compliance of the law. There's a certain minimum speed threshold, typically based on legislation or based on DOT findings. Anyone exceeding that threshold, the back of their vehicle has a picture taken, including their license plate. That vehicle is then processed through a back office system that's proprietary to our company. And then the police make the final determination. So the police are able to issue a warning or a citation depending on the length of time that the program has been in place. And then we take care of the services of mailing the actual citations out to the individual citizens. And then we provide a web portal for them to be able to pay, or a lockbox or a walk-in facility, depending on the jurisdiction. And we do all of this within very strict business rules that are established by the agencies in which we help to represent.
What are your thoughts about using more of the technology that's in the vehicles, many of the vehicles today, that could, if it was enabled, I suppose, prevent many of these incidents?
You know, the technology continues to grow, and I think that it's a really good thing for us to embrace technology. Any way we can create a more safer environment on our roadways is better for us. However, there are still things that people will do to go outside of those bounds, right? It's great for new cars, but let's face it, the majority of the population in our country, they don't drive new vehicles, right? And then you've got the situation where you've got classic cars that people drive that don't have the technology enabled. So does it help? Absolutely. Can we move towards a more progressive society where over time we can create a safer roadway by having these types of features in vehicles? Absolutely. We're just going to take a long time getting there based on the types of vehicles that are available for people to drive today.
What do you say to those who might argue, hey, this, you're going to create a big brother scenario here. Camera is always watching us. They're there anyway, I guess, in many places.
How about don't speed? Don't break the law. As simple as it sounds, you shouldn't be concerned about the cameras being there unless your intent is to exceed the threshold. The cameras are not capturing every single vehicle going by. It's not sending notifications to police of your behaviors. There's a lot of things that these cameras aren't doing that people assume that they are, right? They're just monitoring vehicles. They're not looking in the cabin of your vehicles. They're not telling who's in the vehicle, how many passengers. It's simply notifying the police if there's a vehicle that is speeding. And we're doing it all through license plates and registered owner information. So we're ticketing cars that have people associated to the ownership. We're not targeting specific areas. It's actually a very unbiased way to do traffic enforcement. And it keeps our police safe off the side of the road from pulling cars over, where we've seen an increase in police officer deaths and police officer injuries. It creates an automated way to do that so that police can focus on the most egregious things. I would rather have police officers working on missing children cases or solving a homicide or trying to figure out what happened in a bank robbery. There's a lot of things that they can do to positively influence our communities that doesn't always involve having to have a traffic stop. We can do that through technology.
So for more info, where can we go?
You can go to altumint.com, and specifically around the traffic report, you can go to altumint.com/Florida.
And it's ALTUMINT.com. Holly Cooper, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Fred.